Hello everyone, my name is Alessio Mollo and this is my portfolio project for the honor certificate for the backhand course with Nucamp. Because it was a very intense course with a lot of subject, I created this project to make sure that I have a clear understanding of the basics on the steps to take to create a Django app and connect it to a database. You can find this app in my GitHub page with Alessio Mollo, Ale Portfolio DevOps. As you can see in my README file, as I said, it's a very simple app where I'm able to create, read, update, and delete users. Here in my code, the first thing that I did to create this app was actually creating a ER diagram where I have my entity, my first name, my last name, and a unique email. So in this way, I'm sure that there are no duplicates in my database. What I used for this app was a Django framework. I also installed a PyTest specific for Django because I insert some manual testing, even though in the future I hope to automate those testing. I also created an env file to keep things a little bit more secure and protected. Because my file is being, my app is being Dockerized, I created a Docker Compose YAML file for the configuration and to make sure that all the containers are connected together. So if we can go see here, I created my database. Actually, I created this database with this Django in it SQL, drop database and create database. Okay. So if I go in my database and the schema, you can see there are no tables right now. But what I like about the Django framework and has an integrated ORM, so all I have to do is to migrate and Django will automatically map my table that I created here in my models file. Okay, you can see first name, last name, and email, and directly mapped if I refresh and mapped it in my database. These ones are all Django table, and this is my user table. If I fetch all the data, you can see there is no data right now. Okay. If I go where I set up my port, welcome to Alessio Portfolio Project DevOps. My endpoint, it's users. This is not my interface, it's part of the Django REST framework. It's very useful. So from here, I can create my first user, and you can see there is an email, an invalid email address, because thanks to the Django model and email field, it automatically detects error if you don't put a correct email. So if I do ale.com, a user is being created, and you can see if I refresh my database, the user is going to be here. I also created a collection with my Insomnia app. So if I send a request to see all the users, here you go. We have the user that I just created. I can also add user. And if I go and list all the users, you can see that now I have two users. I can also decide to only list the user with the ID or number 2, and you will see that there is a user with the ID number 2. As I can say, the email needs to be unique, so if I try to send the same user, we have an error that it may already exists. I can modify the user, I can specify the ID here, and I can send this request. Sorry, I need the slash here. You can see that user has been modified. If I go in my database and I am going to refresh my table, you can see that now the ID with user with the ID number 2 as a Nucamp, and Nucamp. And I can also delete the user. So if I can delete the user number 2, I'm gonna send that request, and I go and refresh my database. I only have one user left. So the hardest part for me in this project was how to create this model serialize and view files. And I've been very frustrated and I've been stuck for this for a couple of days. But after talking to one of my instructors, and after he shared his experience with a bootcamp that he took in the past, I got less discouraged and I start doing what everybody tells you to do it. And it's to start reading the documentations, start going to Stack Overflow or whatever else you want to use it. I use ChatGPT, any other help you can find on it and ask the community. And so little by little, I was able to understand that and I was able to create the files and finish my app. For the future, I would like to use implement my app with a one-on-one, one-to-many, and many-to-one relationship. So this is my project again. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it.